welcome to your July forecast, and this could potentially be a good money month for you. We got Venus and Mars, they're doing the dance, and of course, Venus doesn't just rule money, it also rules matters from the heart, so anything romantic could also really take place and shoot to the stars this month, especially circle the calendar of the 13th. This is when they are conjunct, traveling together. And Venus rules, yes, romance, matters of the heart, anything creative, also financial things. And I say financial especially this month, but why? Because it's in your 8th house. So that has to do with not necessarily your income, your week or monthly income, but your savings, right? So you might be spending more time looking at what you're earning as far as your investments or royalties, commissions. This could be a big spike coming up, especially if you take action, because Venus is the finance, Mars is taking control. It's taking the lead, it's initiating. Maybe you're going to be doing some investments that can have a good return for you. You want to take a pretty good look at maybe mortgage rates. Maybe it's time to refinance and get a good deal on it. Or maybe you're going to partner with somebody since it's money that you hold with others. So that could potentially be with your significant other, but it could also be financial institutions. Besides that, the 8th house is not just about it, but it's also about those dynamic energies that we feel deeply. It's the house of Scorpio. So we're going to feel that much deeper for all of you that are Capricorns. So definitely you're going to be putting a lot more passion into your love life, and that's a great one. But 13th is when it's exact. You'll feel it as it leads up to it. You will also have the aftermath of it. And since we're talking about this dynamic, emotional burst of energy and initiation, definitely this month you want to listen to your partner's chart to see where he or she might have their Venus-Mars conjunct showing up in their chart. Because why? That's where they're going to drive those energies, and that energy might just hit the spot, which is you. So you want to see where that is coming from, right? Besides that, we do have this beautiful new moon on the 10th. It is 18 degrees in Cancer. For you, that is showing up in the 7th house of partnership, relationship, marriage. Anybody you're working with closely one-on-one, this is where the new moon is going to be attracting a lot of potent energy as far as where you place your intentions. So where you want to definitely be pointing it is towards how do you want your relationships to look like in the oncoming months until next year. When the new moon comes back to this area, you only get one shot at it once a year to increase, improve, and expand how you want your relationships to look like in the best overall. Loving it too, but because it's a new moon in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is all about nurturing. And since you have that in your 7th house, Capricorn, you're always nurturing to your partner. You're wanting his or her best, right? So the new moon will inspire you to get more of this to come in the oncoming months if you put that prayer up to the universe, right? So you can attract it. You'll be the magnet for it. You might also want to look at where your partner's new moon is this month to see where he or she can be initiating these beautiful energies. Since we're talking about the moon, the full moon, this is when we always receive, right? The full moon this month will be in your 2nd house for your income, all right? So on the 24th, when the full moon is ripe, you might just see that you're going to be harvesting some money. Maybe you're going to get an offer or whatever the deal is. This is where you're going to be feeling it. And you might even also purchase something, because the 2nd house isn't just money coming in, it's also money going out, right? And it is a full moon, so it could be maybe a larger purchase that you've been wanting or earmarking for a while. This could be the time to do it and get a good deal. And I'm saying that only because this full moon is going to be passing over Saturn. And Saturn really likes to lock things in and secure what it is you're putting your money towards, right? Which is, of course, the future. Now, Saturn is retrograde, but that's okay. For the outer planets to do it, it's not like a Mercury retrograde, but you still always want to read the fine print, especially if you're investing in something that's a little bit more expensive. But Saturn wants to secure you, so you might be able to get a very good deal here on the 24th. That full moon will be 1 degree in Aquarius, so you want to pay attention to your own personal chart and see if you have any other planets around 1 degree, because this full moon will also ping off on those, right? Then we have, let's talk about Jupiter. Jupiter, of course, now into the sign of Pisces. It is retrograde here this month, though it's still doing its magic. For you, this is the third house. Third house has to do with communication, has to do with presentations, anything in written. Say if you're one of those who really love to write, you might really feel an abundance of energy, creative energy coming your way, especially because Neptune is already there, has been there for a while. Jupiter wants to expand that. Make the most of it, Capricorn, because Jupiter's just going to be in this place for a little while. It's retrograding. It's going to go back into Aquarius, where it's been here since top of the year, early year, excuse me, allergies, which will be also back into your second house. That will allow you a little bit extra time to kind of wrap up what it is you were doing with your finances here earlier in the year, which will allow you to really kind of seal the deal, if you want, right? Because then in 2022, Jupiter is going to go back into where it currently is, into Pisces. You're going to have that influence for a whole year. So you can see that you're going to start traveling again. A lot of you do love to travel, Capricorn. You might not have been able to, at least not as much. And of course, a lot of that has to do with the lockdown that we've been in with the pandemic. But just watch. Jupiter is going to open up those doors so you can get out and about and travel, go beautiful places. Right now, third house isn't necessarily long distance, but it's more the short distance. You might just get the urge and the itch to go up to the mountain or out in the desert or go to the ocean, for some extended weekends. That is beautiful. Beautiful too. Uranus, fifth house, yes, that is still moving forward beautifully. It's not retrograde yet. So yes, some of you, maybe more than just some, quite a few of you, have been changing your ways towards your own creativity, looking at it from a different viewpoint, inspirationally receiving downloads of things that now you can see you're capable of doing, which maybe you didn't in the past. Those new things are really going to inspire you for years to come. So pay definitely close attention to that. And then Mercury this month cruising through your sixth house. So Capricorns, for you, what does that mean? Well, Mercury's communication. You're going to be using it and having that extra little oomph that's going to help you communicate what is important to you in your day job, your day-to-day way of organizing things. You might feel or be able to see, too, how you can become more efficient by getting things together. It's like weeding out what is energy stealers and bring it into what you now can really get into a flow that is so much better. You've been transforming for quite a while, Capricorn, and you could be very proud of yourself. You've really had a journey over these last few years, right? But you're starting to feel, starting to see that some of this major, deeper inner transformation is starting to really show. You're stronger than you've ever been because of it. And of course, we're in the last 5 degrees of Pluto there in your first house. So, the next stage, it's not quite yet. So let's not get too much ahead of ourselves. But you still have 5 degrees to go more with that Pluto. But this is the short and the skinny. Just wanted to cut straight to the point. Go listen to your partner's chart. See where he or she has that beautiful Venus-Mars on the 13th, so you can know what maybe you will be receiving, right? So have a good one, and I'll see you next month. Bye now.